they are more agreeable than the other raiders we've encountered.
Are you seriously considering the idea of leaving those items in raider hands?
Let's discuss this later. We've kept the initiate waiting long enough. Were you able to help the people of the retreat? Very unfortunate that things had to end that way, but at least the villagers are safe now.
Them, and likely many others. The world is better off with fewer blood eagles.
Don't speak so frivolously of human life, Knight. Is there anything else to report? The Blood Eagles, too. Did these crates have our insignia on them?
If our weapons have spread among multiple groups, that's a serious problem. One that the Initiate has exacerbated with their ill-advised handout.
I support the Initiate's decision. The villagers will not use that weapon with ill intent.
One weapon isn't likely to cause a crisis, but the raiders have an entire cache. We can't just leave them as is.
We obtained them during our journey to Appalachia. Unexpected circumstances removed them from our possession.
That's all the Initiate needs to know.
I am the one answering questions here, Knight.
The old world has so much to teach us.
The Brotherhood saved Shin's hometown from a raider attack. It was then that Knight Connors recruited him into the fold. There have been other incidents since then, but
This is irrelevant to the mission.
perhaps you can ask him about it another time.
I'd prefer that you didn't.
Good work, Initiate. You're dismissed.
Order, learning, protection. I have everything I need here.
I will not allow Atlas to go the way of defiance. We're next.
Throwing nukes left and right. The people of Appalachia think a bomb is a plaything?
Find, protect, and preserve.
You're here. Good. To review the current situation, one of our patrols located a cache of dangerous weapons in a raider storeroom. Stolen Brotherhood weapons, no less. Your assignment is to secure the storeroom for the Brotherhood, and the weapons along with it. I'll put together a squad and meet you there. But given the situation, it's imperative you arrive there as soon as possible. Any questions, Initiate? One last thing. We need to confirm the weapon's source. I find it unlikely the raiders will be willing to talk until after we send them a very clear message. If any of them are still alive after that, we can question them. But priority one is securing the weapons they already have. That will be all. Dismissed.
Everything makes sense now.
Ad Victoriam.
Place and mission.
Oh. Not as young as you used to be, Layla. Spend all day hunched over the pool table.
Recruits, missions, training, weapons in a place like this. We're gonna be invincible.
We're gonna have to bring the Crater Raiders under control eventually. Hopefully without unnecessary bloodshed.
Someone returned their gun to the wrong place again. Do I need to call a seminar on this?
Ever was.
Another complaint. Shin's certainly winning us friends here.
I can do more than just fight. show that I'm fit to be a scribe when I'm
Need to
on
have
patrol
Valdez
day
take
and
another
night.
look at my armor. That 2,000 miles of hiking's put some real wear on it.
No meat. Approved. Perfectly preserved pie with every dinner. Declined.
We'll make Atlas stronger than Fort
This
Defiance
ration
ever
request
was.
doesn't even have a name on it.
Scorched. Raiders. Anything tries to attack?
This is Squire Rosen. Thunder Mountain is offline. Repeat, Thunder Mountain is offline. Any brothers with a background in engineering, report to the plant for immediate repairs.
I miss the days when there were more things to kill.
Listening is the key to life. Gotta focus.
Life is better since the bombs fell.
Oh, hey. Quiet day on the radio network, I'm afraid. Lights and sky.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Did the Brotherhood send you? Didn't know they were working with run-of-the-mill average wastelanders. Thought they wanted you strapped into one of those tin cans round the clock. It's wrong of me to judge by appearances, though. Why don't you introduce yourself? That's so. You got a deed to go with that claim? 'Cause, we're not gonna sign it.
This vault and all material goods within are hereby under possession of the Brotherhood of Steel. This requisition will aid us in the preservation of technology and the protection of mankind. Your compliance will ensure your safety.
You know, I'm interested in hearing more about this protection of mankind business. I suppose killing a few no-good raiders is an easy price to pay for the benefit this measly little vault will provide for us as a species. Is that it?
I repeat, your compliance will ensure your safety. Not that I'd expect a simple-minded brute to understand.
Resorting to name-calling already. I have to say, I'm disappointed. Thought I'd be able to speak to someone civilized from a big-shot organization like yours. What about you, Forward Scout? Think we can work this one out? Or are your underpants in as tight of a bunch as Mr. Compliance over there? So be it. You've made it clear the Brotherhood only provides two options: blind obedience or violence. You take a wild guess which we would prefer.
What the?
That hurts. Ha! You got me.
We've secured the area, but their leader is still breathing. Make sure to question him before he gets away.
Looks like things didn't turn out so well for me. Get it over with, then. Hold on. Let me get this straight. You barged in here looking to reclaim your property, only to tell me you don't know where it came from? This is almost too good to make up. I knew my feeling about the Brotherhood was right, but you just keep on confirming it. Here's the thing. I don't talk about Raider affairs on Brotherhood territory. That's what this is now, right? If you really want to know, you can let me go and come talk to me in Crater. I deal with reasonable individuals, not an entourage of fascists with their guns pointed at my face.
I don't like it, but we have to let him go. We don't have the resources to waste on holding him prisoner. And Paladin Romani forbids executing enemies who have surrendered.
They call you Knight, don't they? I didn't know that was another word for lapdog.
Our order is held together by the chain that binds. Each link steadfastly supporting the next. It's not something that a lawless worm like you would understand.
You wound me, Knight. In the heart, that is. Since I've surrendered, and you can't touch me anymore.
I've had enough of this. Leave here and don't come back. And let me be clear. There are no orders protecting active trespassers.
Thanks for the tip. I'll add it to my compendium.
To me for your next orders, Initiate. We completed the first part of our mission. You composed yourself in a manner befitting of the Brotherhood. We don't compromise, especially not with raiders. It's clear you understand that. Moving forward, we still need to track down the weapon source. That man appeared to know something. I don't care how you get it out of him, but make sure you get it. This is your top priority. The longer we let these weapons spread, the more difficult it will be to track down all of them.
Hey. Good. Ada, if you only find...
Can't believe they had the nerve to just barge in like that. That knight acts like some kind of righteous savior.
I told you. And they're only gonna get more confident.
I won't let them. Do we have their patrol routes yet? A couple ambushes ought to take them down a notch.
We'll have to discuss this later. We've got a visitor.
So, you really came? Huh. To be honest, I didn't expect the Brotherhood to show its face around here with anything less than a fully armored battalion. Life is just full of surprises, isn't it? So, what can I do for you, oh honorable emissary of steel? About that. You and your metal buddies put me in a pretty tight spot back there. There are people here in Crater depending on me. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it back to them. So I prioritized a little bit. Getting home to those people was more important than being completely sincere to a group of heavily armed tyrants. So if you're looking for help with your little weapon problem, you can look somewhere else.
Don't you think you're being stubborn, Pierce? We have a good little Brotherhood peon here at our disposal. We can make use of that.
We've been over this. There's no compromising with people like the Brotherhood. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
We don't know that yet for sure. Besides, everyone has their own motivations. Our visitor might have one worth talking about.
I won't rely on a betrayal to take them down. You should know that. I have nothing left to discuss. I've given you my answer, Initiate. Now for your sake, I'd suggest you don't stick around.
Hey, you. Don't leave yet. I've got something to say. Don't mind Pierce, he's stubborn. Holds too tightly to his morals. I'll tell you about the weapons, but you're gonna need to give me something in return. Interested? I want intel on the Brotherhood. Records, roster, correspondence. You've got people specialized in keeping track of that sort of thing, right? Transfer their data onto this holotape and bring it back to me. Then I'll tell you what you want to know. Toodles. Hands to yourself.
We have to cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old... I wonder what legacy I'll leave to the scrolls.
I've always got time for you, Initiate. What do you need? Raiders, huh? If they're anything like the raiders we've encountered on the expedition route, then... my guess is the situation isn't pretty. All right. How can I help? I think I understand. The funny thing about data is you don't know what's real or not. Not unless you gathered it yourself. To be honest, I was working on encrypting my terminal for this kind of situation. So, if anyone accessed it who wasn't supposed to, they would just get false info and none would be the wiser. I didn't finish, but you can still use the fake data I created. Should be clearly labeled in the files. Just, don't select the wrong one. This is the raiders we're talking about. It'd be bad news if they got an advantage on us. Worse, if the Knight found out it was because of me.
I get to meet them in person someday.
Not a problem. I'm here to help. Ultrasite country. Who knows what strange contraptions the old mining firms built here.
Old world science solved a lot of problems back in the day. But look what else it brought. I'm glad we guard our tech closely.
Something I can help you with? To think of everywhere we've been, this old place may hold the most promise.
Just send a message. Nothing fancy. A bullet, a knife, strong words, you know. Use what you got.
Survival doesn't get a day off. You've got the holotape? Good, thanks. The weapons don't have one source. Some of them we looted off a group of unfortunate settlers. We've also traded them among ourselves. Some old friends visited Crater a while back wielding that firepower, claiming they earned it in a fight. They were bragging about it till the day they left. Said they sent some big armored folks running. I can't confirm that the losers were Brotherhood, but that was your logo on the side of those weapons, wasn't it? Doesn't matter to me. Nah, I told you what I know. With any luck, we won't talk again. Don't change your mind. This was a one-time offer, and it's one that neither of us will speak of again. Hey.
Never forget the heroes of Fort Defiance.
Here. I see you returned from Crater. Standing by for your report. That's not what I was hoping to hear. All right. Tell me about the sources. I see. And are those raiders still at Crater? It can't be helped then. We need to focus on Appalachia for the moment.
Still hurling nukes at each other. It's madness.
And the other one. Foundation 2. This is bad. Worse than I thought. At this rate, all of Appalachia will be toting these rocket launchers. All because of... Forgive me, Initiate. I lost my composure. We need to follow up with Foundation as soon as possible. So that's everything. That was a thorough report. The Brotherhood appreciates your diligence looking into this matter. Our next step is to deal with Foundation. Paladin Romani already had plans to establish contact, so she'll want to hear about this. No need to expound everything. I'll follow up later with a more detailed report. Ad Victorium. For your sake, I hope this is a scheduled visit, Initiate. Disorder is to be expected in a place that lacked Brotherhood oversight for so long. Still, this is...
One day, I'll make night, then I'll show those raiders who's boss.
I'm never gonna make a name for myself.
Things would be different.
Initiate. I haven't had the chance to discuss your last assignment with Knight Shin yet. Was there something you needed to report to me directly? Really? Foundation? That's troubling. How well do you know the people of Foundation? Excellent. That's great news. I spoke with a few members of their community, looking for ways to work together. We're in need of food and water. They have plenty to spare. However, knowing they may have those weapons accelerates matters. It's critical that we follow up with them right away. Your mission is as follows. Meet with Gloria Chance, the supervisor of Foundation Supply Room. Determine whether or not they've seen or acquired such weapons for themselves. And lastly, establish a trade deal with Foundation. Something that will provide us longevity in Appalachia. You're gonna have to make some tough decisions, but I trust that you know Foundation well enough to make the right calls. And allow me to stress, both returning with the weapons and securing a trade deal are equally important objectives, Initiate. I wholeheartedly agree. Remember, you represent the Brotherhood to these people. Do us proud.
Old world science solved a lot of problems back in the day.
You're back. I assume Paladin Romani has tasked you with handling the situation. Why are you dragging your feet? Move out.
Fine.
By any means necessary. Returning with those weapons is absolutely critical. This is too important a task for a light touch. Do whatever it takes. These weapons are far too dangerous to be in anyone's possession but our own. I see. This isn't surprising, but it's not the choice that I would have made. I will have a word with Paladin Romani while you're out. But remember, respect the chain of command. If Paladin Romani has tasked you with this, carry it out, regardless of what you or I may think of it. Do not test my patience, Initiate. This is our way. Chain of command supersedes how we feel. However, I will put this as plainly as I can. I feel we'd grow stronger from continuing to rely on ourselves rather than focus on trade deals. Recovering the weapons, however, is more than a task. It is your duty as a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. That's all I have to say on the matter. You have your assignment. Carry it out. Please make sure to fill out your ration requests. And no, we will not be accommodating aversion to mutated produce. All produce is mutated now.
You must be here about that shipment of Blamco mac and cheese. Great. I was starting to get worried. 2,000 and what? For a dozen...
They're pulling your leg, hon.
Well, that's not very nice. Why are you really here? You say you're with Paladin Romani? That's fantastic. I didn't think she'd get back to us so quickly. How can I help you, sire, your majesty, your steeliness? Right. About that. Originally, we were hoping to purchase some weapons in exchange for food and supplies, but we may need to work something else out. After all, our last purchase is more than enough firepower for the time being. Yep, that's right. Hun, can you tell our friend here about those thingies we picked up recently?
Oh, sure thing. We got weapons all right, Initiate. You Brotherhood guys make some high-quality gear. And tell me if this sounds familiar. Tubes of explosive death with your logo on the side? Oh, sure. Or, no, actually. Some guys from the town watch took them out for testing a little earlier. I'm sure you can catch up with them. They normally practice at a small site they set up near the East Mountain Lookout, a bit north of here.
Oh, that's right. Mike and them took the weapons out for a test drive. If you head over, I'm sure they'd let you take a look. I hope you understand those weapons are our property, though. We spent quite a bit acquiring them. But hurry back. I'm sure we can still find a way to work together, even if we don't need more weapons. And send the fellas home, would ya? They've been playing with those things long enough.
everyone gather round. Ward wanted us to record some instructions on how to use these things. Where's Mike? Hey, Mike, stop messing around with that terminal and grab one of those rocket launchers.
Uh-oh. Sorry. I wanted to lock the terminal first. Let me put this in my bag really quick.
Give it up, Mike. That could be decades old. Just grab one of them and come here. Wait, Mike, I told you not to pick it up like that.